Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how to make an ocean in Blender, and it is very straightforward. So here we have our starting scene, and we can actually keep the cube. I'm going to delete the light and the camera because we don't need those. I'm going to click on the cube and I'm going to go here to the modifiers tab on the right. You can see the blue wrench. We're going to click that and we're going to click add modifier. Now we are going to select ocean over here on the right below physics. Now before we start adjusting this ocean, I first want to add some color to it so we can very easily see the waves. So I'm going to do that by clicking this third circle in the top right called viewport shading. Once I select that, we're able to see the colors. We're going to go to the material properties tab. Make sure that you have the ocean selected, by the way. And we are going to add some color. You can add any color you want. I think this looks pretty ocean-like right here. You can kind of move around your ocean and see the waves if you turn it to the other side. I think this color is fine. Now let's go back to our modifier. So before we start adjusting wavelength and all of those types of things, what we first want to do is we want to animate the ocean. If you scroll down, you'll see this tab right here, and you can drag it up. This right here is the animation tab. Now we actually have to animate this ocean, so it's pretty easy, don't worry. We're going to select the ocean, and you're going to see in our modifier, you're going to see this time frame right here. What we're going to do is simple. Make sure that you have this little blue line here on keyframe 1, it should say 1. You're going to press I on top of time. When you press I on top of the time key, this little yellow button is going to show up right here. This is a keyframe. And all it does is it signals to Blender, this is the value we want at this specific time. All these numbers are frames. Now I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to type 250 right here. This brings us to the end of the animation. And I'm going to type in 8 for time. And I'm going to press I again. Once you press I, you're going to have two different keyframes from 1 to 250. Now, one thing that doesn't really need to be explained, but we're going to do real quick, is you're going to press T on the animation tab. Once you press T, you're going to see this, and we're going to press linear. All this does is it makes sure the animation doesn't slow down or speed up before or after or in the middle or at any point in time. So it keeps it constant. Just like that, we've got a constant wave. Now, it's kind of flapping. It doesn't really look like an ocean yet. Also, I'm going to move this up a little bit so I don't see the bottom here. So it's kind of flapping. I want to make sure we can align our waves. So now we're going to start adjusting everything. I'm going to make it bigger by clicking here on repeat X and Y. I just like looking at it from a bigger angle. You don't have to. So first thing, we have our resolution here. And our resolution will give us a more defined wave in the viewport. I'm going to go from 7 to 11. Just like that, you can see the waves are much more defined. You can go higher if you want, but if you go really high, your computer might crash. Earlier today, I tried to make it 50, and my computer wanted to die. So I recommend keeping it pretty low, especially if you're going to render it. But I think 11 is a pretty good number. You can go higher if you want to, though. I think the size, the depth, these things are all okay. Random seed, we can move that up a bit. I'm gonna go to 30 for random seed. Now click on waves. I want the waves to be a little bigger, so 1.5. And let's add some choppiness, so 1.2. Now if you press the space bar, you'll see these waves are looking pretty cool. Now if you'll see these waves aren't actually moving left to right. They're kind of going up and down right now. And we can fix that really quickly. What we want to do is under the waves, you'll see an alignment tab. If you move the alignment up, I'm going to align it to 0.5. If you align them, you'll see the waves are now moving in a specific direction. Also, if you want the waves to move faster, you can always go back to keyframe the time frames, and you can increase the time or decrease the time if you want to speed or slow the waves. Anyway, now that we have our alignment set, you can actually see they're going straight to this side of the plane. You can make them go diagonal if you want. You can use this direction tab right here, And by using the direction tab, we'll go to 45. It should go to the corner now. Yeah, you can see they're kind of coming this way down to this corner. So this is about it when it comes to making an ocean. It's pretty simple. All of the tabs here in the modifier, they're all pretty self-explanatory. You can check foam if you want. Spectrum, I don't really use that. But everything here is pretty self-explanatory. You can move around and have fun, but overall, Blender makes it really easy to make an ocean because it's just a simple modifier and there's just a few commands and they're all very self-explanatory. So making an ocean in Blender is pretty easy. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comments and I hope you all enjoyed.